everything's the name. Came through changing the game, doing my thing in my own lane. Every time you see me, I'm hitting them switches, sliding through with something super vicious. Who is this? Mr. Everything's the name. Came through changing the game, doing my thing in my own lane. Every time you see me, I'm hitting them switches, sliding through with something super vicious. Who is this?
What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Everything, bringing y'all low riders and horsepower, you dig? Rain, sleet, hail, snow, or shine, nothing and no one stops the grind, not even the haters on the sidelines. And today, in the 300, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to change the oil and everything like that. Hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But if you have, thank you very kindly. So, just gonna do the oil change. Just check out what I got. Yeah, now. All right, now out here with the 300. I normally will show y'all every step by step, but if y'all actually do want to see step by step, then the next time I do an oil change on this, I will do exactly step by step. I've already actually drained the oil, and here it is right here. I know you can't see it all extra clear, but you can see how dark it is, you dig? I'm gonna let y'all know the oil has not been changed on this thing since it got sat down at about 2021. So it sat all that time. Then I have been driving a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So about to add the 6 quarts. Actually, before I add those 6 quarts, I gotta take off the old oil filter. And that's crazy. See, I got everything over here, you know what I'm saying? 6 quarts, you know what I mean? 10W30. Got the filter. Crazy thing about the filter, and that's why I'm glad I just do everything myself now as far as these oil changes, because this oil filter is loose. I didn't even have to put the claw on this thing, you understand? So maybe I can get a little footage for y'all real quick just to show y'all how loose it is, but it's loose, straight up. Hopefully it looks decent on the screen. But when I came out here, look at this. Without me really trying, this thing is already ready to come off like that. Look at that. Crazy. So, about to take it off. Ain't gonna show y'all everything leaking out, but that just shows y'all when you got other people doing your stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know what's what when you let the shop do it. So, I mean, I was fortunate that the day I was in the 300, I didn't actually make it to my destination to get the oil changed that day, you know what I mean? But it still held up all this time, even with it just being like lightly tightened down on there. So it is what it is. And I let you see the oil that came on my head. Look at that. The oil that came down from the oil filter. That is crazy. You understand what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. I'm just glad I'm changing it now. And I know some of y'all car here, y'all mechanics for real gonna get on me. Look how old this thing look. Look at it. Crazy. Gasket is still intact, but man, this thing is muddy for real. Like, it definitely was more than time to, way past time to change this thing up. So, yeah, now, moving on to the next. Got the fresh oil filter going there. It's a PA16. And one thing I do want to say is that when you tighten down the drain plug, because the torque setting is like 20 on the drain plug, when you do tighten that back down, you want to take a napkin, a paper towel, whatever, rag, and just wipe that drain plug off nice and clean in the area around it, so that if you did happen to start it up and you seen something leaking, maybe you thought you tightened it, maybe over, whatever, you would be able to see it if there was a leak. So you want to make sure you always just wipe that area clean. So if you ever look up under there. In this car, this 300, since I put it all back together, even before I got everything to go back on the front clip, it never had one of those little engine cover like splash guards or whatever underneath the bottom. So I'm eventually gonna get one, because you do get a lot of dirt and stuff, and it makes parts and things like that old when they're not covered up. You need them covered up, especially if you stay in a place where it snows. Got that road salt, all of that. So, you know. Alright, so time to put all the oil in. 6 quarts on this drinking thing. Ooh, that oil look good compared to what came up out of there. Thing is to go ahead and keep it clean from now on. I ain't on the same type of time I was a few years ago. I was living dangerous, rough and raw, you know what I'm saying? Hitting the highway without a care in the world. Riding wherever, going wherever. Alright, now it's time to start this thing and check for leaks. Get down. Y'all can't see me, I'm just checking. Alright, one more thing. After you shut it off, you do want to go ahead and look under there again, because you know all the oil is going to run down to the bottom in the oil pan. So you want to make sure that you check it, just so that you're not you don't have any leaks, anything running down there. So last step is to check the engine oil level, and we're not gonna do that. You want to know why we're not gonna do that? Look at that. Bam, we got a little bitty screw. Let me get a little closer so y'all can see it. We got a screw for the drain for the oil dipstick. Now what ended up happening was, I went to seeing that this thing hadn't been driving all that time. Once I replaced the radiator hose and upper radiator core support and all of that, and new fan, radiator. After I did all that stuff, came out to check the oil. And when I came out to check the oil, pulled up the little, tried to pull the dipstick up, and bing, just came up with the little yellow ring. So what ended up happening was, I got online to see what I could do to remedy that situation, and then I drilled down into the rest of the dipstick that's there to try to pull that up, and haven't been successful. So are we checking the oil? No, it's not leaking. We know how many quarts this thing takes, so that's the end of the mission on this thing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So I am gonna still work on trying to get that up out of there, the dipstick, and get a new dipstick in there. But until then, we gotta do what we gotta do. She ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But she gets me where I'm going, and you already know what I'm gonna say. She ain't perfect, but she's perfect for me, you know what I'm saying? She did the trick, she did what she's supposed to do. She stayed down for some years, came back up, and you know, the least I could do is get that oil changed in there, instead of riding around with that all that gunk and everything. And then when you do run the oil down, now I'm gonna, you know, when you run it that long like that, now I'm gonna have to do a quick oil change, which is to let it run for probably another week or two or something like that. Anytime I'm gonna let it run, and then I'm gonna change it a lot quicker than waiting 3,000 miles, because when you got gunk and stuff like that, you just have to do an oil change quicker. Now we got the lowrider still here, you know what I'm saying, doing her thing. Got the Challenger catching some air. It was hot out here, so got to roll that down. Took her up the road for a minute, and you already know that Trans Am, she looking lonely down there. It's time to get them weeds up again. Man, them weeds be going quick. Yep, end of the mission though. Then they also got the maintenance menu for this. I forgot to say that. When it's time to change the oil, this thing is an 05, so you know, go to the maintenance menu, get down to the oil change, hit the enter, and then I think you just hit the reset, and then done, and then that's it. And this thing never actually, the oil light, or actually it's not an oil light on here. This actually will come on the radio. It'll say oil change needed when it's time. It'll send a little notification. Hadn't did that, I don't even think that the mileage necessarily was set right, but it is now since it's there, so it should let us know in 3,000 miles. I don't always change it directly at 3,000 miles because oil could go past 3,000. I don't care what they say. I've been doing this for a long time and go past 3,000 miles even on just regular oil, whether it be that or semi-synthetic, full synthetic. But it is good to change it sooner than later if you want to keep it clean without all the gunk and all the stuff that builds up. Alright, so hope y'all enjoyed that video. You know what I'm saying? Just a little quick oil change in this thing. Like I say, if y'all really want to see the full, you know, every step-by-step, just breaking down to do a full oil change, I'll show y'all. But I kind of got started on this thing, you know what I'm saying, and then just started filming through it. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm thinking about something with the lowrider, possibly. But that's gonna be it, you know what I'm saying? Rain, sleet, hail, snow, or shine, nothing and no one stops the grind. Not even the haters on the sidelines. You could be anywhere watching anything, but you're right here watching Mr. Everything, you dig? So, till next time, I'm bringing you low rise and horsepower. I'm out.